Clive Myrie, who's a black TV presenter. Do you know him?
No.
I quite like him actually. He's quite good. He might be taking over from Hugh Edwards.
Right.
But he's quite a sane guy, and I've seen him talking.
You mean taking over Hugh Edwards actually on TV or in the back entry? How's he taking over Hugh Edwards? You need to clarify that point.
I don't think he's taking him over in a sexual.
Oh, so on TV then, that's fair enough.
But he went to the university, and somebody asked him a university presentation. Somebody asked him a question about Israel and Palestine, and he kind of, he was quite reasonable about his response, and then a Palestinian protester then attacked him, but he called him a fucking idiot, which I think was brilliant, basically. So, but that's right, that's the correct response, isn't it? Yeah. He's trying to put his view forward, and because his view didn't correlate with some Palestinians, they start shouting him down, so they had to drag him out, and Clive Myrie called him a fucking idiot, which I thought was great.
Well, you can imagine how upset that protester is. We've got this black guy working for the BBC who doesn't support Palestine. That's a shock in itself.
So the mainstream media entertainment is populated by these characters. So there's a guy called Asif Kapadia, who's a mainstream documentary maker. He made some quite good documentaries. I think he made Senna and a couple of other ones. But he's been removed as a patron of a charity because this is a character in the public eye, quite well known, quite well supported by a lot of mainstream media. But he was doing things like sending out tweets of Netanyahu feasting on the blood of babies. So these characters now feel bold enough, they're emboldened enough to, even though they're in the mainstream media, to do things like that, to post things and say things that are actually quite horrific and reprehensible, and they don't seem to realise it's not appropriate. But more importantly, they're not concerned about their careers in doing that, are they?
Well, they're not concerned about their careers because they think everyone supports them. I don't think that's much of a problem with him posting those memes. I don't agree with him, but if he wants to post, that's what he believes, that Israel are killing babies and Netanyahu, whatever it's called, if he wants to post that, I don't see that's anyone's business.
Well, I think for me it's not the fact it's not anyone, and we can go back to the 53-year-old lady from Cheshire who was 62-year-old lady who was arrested for saying burn down the hostels. I believe, yes, you're correct, people have a right to do things like that if they want to do them. It's not pleasant or whatever. I think the thing that's interesting about that for me is he feels comfortable as somebody in the mainstream media, in the eye of the mainstream media, who earns his living from major institutions in doing that. And there's another, and that's what I'm more interested. What I'm trying to say is, these people now believe that these views, which are reprehensible, and these behaviours, which are
mainstream.
Mainstream, and it's fine to do it. That's the bit for me. There's also a comedian called Eshan Akbar, again a BBC comedian. He's been on Celebrity to MasterChef. Again, he's like this that really horrific
Numa.
Kish Numa, whatever. Nish Kumar, who's a repulsive little man. So he posted a tweet saying, a year ago something happened involving hummus and sausages, meaning the festival. The people killed at the festival, that resulted in 45,000 deaths. So he belittles the slaughter on October the 7th and said, something involving hummus and sausages at a festival resulted in 45,000 deaths. Again, a mainstream media person being on Celebrity MasterChef because he's a comedian, celebrity comedian like Nish Kumar, feels totally comfortable. And you're right, people have a right to express themselves or whatever, but he feels perfectly comfortable doing that on mainstream, on Twitter, not worried about his career.
Again, he's trying to crack a joke. Is it funny or not? That's down to other people to judge. We've made jokes about Keir Starmer using the word sausages. Again, it's not an issue for me. I think there's a lot. I understand the point is it's become so mainstream that if you'd have said that about anything else 10 years ago, you lost your job.
Yeah.
No matter what the conflict was, anywhere in the world, you lost your job. making a joke about conflicts, being a mainstream BBC comedian, you lost your job. You don't lose your job now, especially if the butt of the joke is dead Jews.
And again, The Guardian did a review.
If you'd have made a joke like that about George Floyd,
oh God, yeah,
or Chris Cabba,
yeah,
he'd be out.
yeah. If you said 4 years ago, some black criminal who,
oh shit,
some black criminal who, who was accidentally killed, was righteously killed on such and such by some coppers, and that resulted in stupid demonstrations, you'd be hung, drawn, and quartered, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
The Guardian did a review of One Day in October, which is a Channel 4 documentary. About October the 7th, and they had to withdraw the review because they included it in lines like, "If you want to understand why Hamas murdered civilians, One Day in October won't help," basically. Dismissing it basically as uninformative, not useful, and doesn't give enough background to explain the justification for Hamas doing that. But they were actually asked it was withdrawn by their editors.
Also, Gary Lineker said, talking about the Gaza thing, that Hamas thing. That Hamas thing where 1,300 people were killed. That Hamas thing.
Yeah.
And he got away with that.
Yeah. It's just, they're almost blind, aren't they? They can't see what they're saying or what they're doing and see how inappropriate it is in these situations.
That's what happens when you hate a certain group. You don't see them as human. Did you enjoy that video? I think you did. Come on now, hit that bell, subscribe, comment. Let's build this channel. I need more followers. I need more subscribers. Be part of the journey. See you soon.